Hello and welcome to another adventure here on my channel, and a super special adventure. As you can tell from the title of this video, I got my first tattoo, and yeah, it's... oh my god, I have a tattoo. I literally just got it, just came home to sit down and talk about it, so I am going to play the footage I got a little bit before I got the tattoo. I got some at the tattoo shop and my reaction to seeing my new tattoo for the first time. So we're gonna go ahead and watch that, and then I'm gonna talk about the meaning of this tattoo, my experience getting my first tattoo, all of that great stuff. We are going to call my mother and tell her, which is the part I'm most scared about. I wasn't even scared about the pain, and I know that the ribs is a painful place to get a tattoo, but I am more scared to tell my mother. And you may be wondering, why are you talking about your first tattoo on a beauty channel? What does this have to do with makeup? Like, how does this tie in? Well, to me, I think it ties in because tattoos and makeup are both body decoration. It's just one you do every day on your face and you wash it off at the end of the day, and the other is permanent. That's why I felt this content fit with my channel. So, and it was also just like a big experience I wanted to document. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. Hey guys, I wanted to do my intro before getting the tattoo, but I just don't have time to set up the camera and do that. But this is before getting it. I am nervous, I am excited. I think I'm most scared about having to tell my mother, but here we go. I'm actually taking the card with me because I want to have it with me. This is so special to me. I'm so excited. My heart is beating fast. Like, I'm literally about to walk out the door to go do this. I don't know, I kind of feel like how I did before I got my belly button pierced, that I want to back out, but I also know I don't actually want to back out. So that's where I'm at. Wish me luck. Here we are, adrenaline on Granville. I'm terrified. This is Ashley. She is my amazing tattoo artist. I have not seen it yet. So what's going on? Both of us seeing this for the first time. Oh, that's so cool. I love it. This is the artist that did this amazing job again. Like, look at that. Oh, it's perfect. All right, as you can tell, I absolutely love my new tattoo. I think Ashley did a really amazing job, and it looks like what I brought in, which, if you're wondering why I got break a leg in a random person's handwriting, I'll show you. So the story behind this amazing, wonderful tattoo. I wanted to get a tattoo commemorating my year at Van Arts. If you don't know, I just graduated from a year-long acting program that was, it's super intense. It felt like 4 years worth of material. It was the best and worst year of my life, and I am a better person because of it. I feel so much more confident and secure in myself, and that I don't need the world to validate me. I feel creative and like I'm just ready to do something great. And I do feel like I'm a much better actress, but that's not even what I really wanted to hold on to, because I know in the future hard times will come. I know there will be times when I just feel like, why am I even trying to be an actress? Why am I even trying to do anything? I suck, I'm awful, all those horrible thoughts that can get to us. And I wanted to get a tattoo as a reminder of the person I am now. I wanted to get one to help me during those hard times. Remember, I have already been through really hard times, and I've kept going through it and turned out a better person because of it. A tattoo, you know, it's with me for life. It'll be there in 6 months when I have those bad feelings. It'll be there in 5 years when I have those bad feelings. It'll be there when I'm 50 and I'm having those same feelings. And I can hold on to this confidence and this person. And I wanted to get a reminder to grow from here. I wanted to remind myself to keep working hard, to keep being confident, and to keep being kind. And all those things I feel strongly in now, that's the place I want to grow from. And I don't want to forget this place. And I always said I wasn't against getting a tattoo, but it had to be meaningful. And this one is. And if you're asking, why is break a leg in someone's handwriting so meaningful? Well, the final project of my school is a play that we put on and invite people to and, charge admission. And it's basically up to the standards of a professional play. And my favorite actress in the world, I love her to death, is Rekha Sharma. She is someone I have looked up to for years. She's someone I've learned a lot from, just from watching her acting and advice she's given me, like on Twitter. I credit her with helping me even get into my dream school, Van Arts, because I asked on Twitter for advice of doing Shakespeare, and she gave me advice, and I applied it, and I got into this school because of my Shakespeare. So on Instagram, I commented on one of her posts inviting her to our play, since she is a local actress in Vancouver. And she said yes, and told me the day she wanted to come. I offered her my comp tickets, and all my classmates were like, that's cool, but, if she doesn't come, don't get upset. My family even said that. My teachers said that. And I was like, she's gonna come though. I know it because she said she would, and she's the kind of person to stick by her word. So that performance came, and one of the stagehands, or like the only stagehand, I don't know, brought me a card. And it was just like the day or two after my birthday, and I, for some reason, thought that it was a late birthday card from one of my castmates. So I just ripped into it. But it was a card from Rekha Sharma, my favorite actress. This is the envelope that it came in. Congrats, Jolie, break a leg. And that break a leg in her handwriting is what I got as my tattoo. Not only is it her handwriting, but it's break a leg. It's words that have been there with me from the time I was 11 and first started acting up through now, and words that will be with me throughout my entire career. And I'm gonna be Betty White, still acting at, I don't even know how old she is. So that's why I chose that. That's why I chose those words out of all the words she wrote me in this card. And it was very kind, this card. I'll read it to you. So printed on it, it says, you had a plan, you accepted the challenge, you took the risk, you aimed for success, you kept your focus, you gave your all, and you reached your goal. Congratulations. And then she wrote, Dear Jolie, so proud of you for following your dreams. Maybe we can act together one day. All the best, Rekha. And it's funny because in high school, whenever we'd play that, if you had to get a tattoo right now, what would it be? I always said Rekha Sharma's autograph. If I was at a con and could get her autograph, I would go get that tattooed. And now I have something much more special that still kind of honors the person I have been, and helps me remember the person I want to grow to be. And there was a moment at this play. I wanted a meaningful tattoo, and this one's meaningful. After the play, it was this surreal moment because I went to go, see her. I'd say meet her, but I'd already met her once. I made a whole video about that. And she told me I'd done a good job. And of course that felt amazing to hear. The fact that my favorite actress was even here to see me act is still like mind-blowing to me. Still, that's a thing that happened. But there was a moment when she told me I did a good job, and I realized I didn't need her to. Like I said, it still felt amazing to hear, but I knew I'd done a good job. And I had this surreal moment of like such strong self-validation. And that's a strength I want to carry forward. So this card is from that night, you know? Like I said, it's just a really meaningful tattoo to me. And I am very, very grateful I had such an amazing artist to do it. And I want to talk a little bit about how I found Ashley, because originally, one of my classmates, her dad is a tattoo artist, so I talked to him about doing it, and he said, well, he just started a new job, so he wasn't sure if he'd have time to do it, but he'd get back to me. And he got back to me and said, you know, I'm so sorry, I'm not gonna have time before you leave Vancouver. So I was like, okay, you know, kind of sad, but because that just would have been a little more meaning, you know, like, oh, not only is it commemorating this year, but it's done by someone who was a part of this year. But totally okay. So I got on Instagram, because I'm such a millennial, but I got on Instagram and I just searched and searched and searched, you know, Vancouver tattoo artists, and I looked and looked, and I couldn't find anyone I really wanted. Like, there were a few I liked. I'd even messaged one about possibly doing it. And then I saw this picture. I'll have it pop up right here, of Ashley's work, and I just instantly knew that was the artist I wanted. I just had this gut feeling that, yeah, her. She's the one I want. And I was like, okay, don't rush into that. Don't, you know, base it off of one picture. I know you're tired. It was like 2 a.m, I'll be honest. But I scrolled through more of her work, and I was just really impressed with her line work and all of that. I clicked on the tattoo shop. I found her profile, read about her, and saw she did cosmetic tattooing as well. And I'm like, I have a beauty YouTube channel. I love cosmetics. I want to do cosmetic tattooing. I was like, that's definitely a point, because like, if someone can tattoo eyebrows, they can do just about anything, I'm convinced. So I was like, okay, let's see how much it would cost. Let's see if she can get you in before you leave town, because I was also under a time crunch and like budget constraints. So I emailed, and it said she was at the Kitsilano location. So I was like, okay, yeah, that's not too far. And it turns out she was at the Granville location. I was like, okay, well, how far is that? It's a 6-minute walk, like, around the corner. And I was like, okay, that's a sign, you know? She's right there. That is such a sign that, yes, this is the person I want to do my tattoo. And I walked in to schedule the appointment. Unfortunately, she wasn't there, but at the desk, I was just like, yeah, I'd like to make an appointment with Ashley if she has one available. And the girls at the counter were like, oh my gosh, I love Ashley. You are going to love a tattoo from her. She's amazing. And it didn't feel sales pitchy. Like, it didn't feel like, yeah, totally, just get your tattoo here because, you know, money. It really felt like they were genuinely so happy to hear me go in and ask for Ashley. So that made me feel really good. And yeah, that was a few days ago. They got me in really quick. I found the experience really nice. Like, I walked in, I filled out the paperwork, they helped me size it, and there was a little bit concern about the fact that it was such a fine line tattoo, and I did want it fairly small, but I picked Ashley because I liked her artistry. So I was like, I want your input on placement and sizing and what, will look good on my body, because she's the expert on that more than me. Like, I still have to like the placing, and I definitely gave my input, and she was so great about that. Like, she put on that stencil, I'd say 5 or 6 times before I was happy with it, and she was happy with it. So yeah, I was very grateful. She was really professional and friendly and like a total sweetheart, and I was terrified. Like, I wanted to just sprint out of there pretty much the whole time until I got back to that room with Ashley, and I just felt so calm that, yes, this was totally going to be okay. This was going to be great. And, I got to see it on my body with the stencil first, and I ran to the bathroom because I'm such a nervous peer, but I also just kind of wanted to look in a mirror and have a moment of, do I really want to do this? Because I'd put a down payment, but $40 versus something I'm going to have on my body the rest of my life. I want to be sure. And I looked in the mirror and I looked at it and I was like, yeah, I really want this. And in that moment, I knew. So I went back in and, I asked her, how do you want me to breathe for this? Which may, to some people, be a weird question, but like when you're getting a tattoo here and it's such a fine line, delicate tattoo that I want to look like the image I brought, I don't want to fuck her up with my breathing. So she told me how to breathe, and luckily, because acting school, I've had a year of breath training, so I was able to do it, I hope, fairly well. She told me I did well, but maybe she was being nice. I think I did fairly well, and I sat fairly well. I actually didn't find it too painful. I did ask her to run the tattoo machine on my skin a little bit without ink, so I would know what it felt like, because I was afraid that my natural reaction would be to jerk away if I didn't know like what it felt like. But it didn't feel too bad at all. Like, I literally almost fell asleep about 4 times because it was just so relaxing. And she even said she's not really one to talk when she tattoos. She's just very focused, but I didn't have any problem with that. I'm like, you do you make it look good. I am fine just sitting here chilling. And there were a couple spots that I was like, ooh, that twinges. And there was one spot that I just went, okay, that one, that hurt. But, and I even asked her, it was the L. It was the L in leg. But overall, it really wasn't that bad as far as pain. And I wasn't even afraid of the pain. And everything was sanitary and clean. And I didn't have any like concerns or issues about anything on that side of things. I appreciated the fact that, she let me be picky, but she still gave her input and expertise. And even though, she didn't really draw anything, I did just bring in exactly what I wanted, I still felt like she was a part of the process. And I feel like that's important because your tattoo artist is an artist and is good at their job most of the time. If you get Ashley, definitely good at her job. So I do feel like this was me and Ashley and Rekha Sharma made this amazing tattoo that I am going to treasure for so long. Originally, I'd wanted it on my foot, but I'd been told that it may not wear very well over time. So I decided to move it to the ribs, which, one painful spot to another painful spot. But when you're an actor and need a small, easily hideable tattoo, you're kind of stuck with those painful spots. But I'm okay with that. And I also like that it's not like here close to my heart, but it is still close to my heart. And I like that the words are facing forward instead of back, because first of all, I just like the cute little star in the front, but also, I wanted this tattoo to help me move forward and to continue being the person I want to be. So I couldn't be happier with my tattoo, and I think it's absolutely lovely and I treasure it so much. So we are going to call, first I'm going to tell my stepdad, who was actually a tattoo artist. So he's covered in them and he'll think it's really cool. And then I don't think my mom's home from work, so I'll be back in a little bit to call and tell her, and you will see her reaction live. We're not telling my father or my grandparents because I don't think they'll ever see it. So what they don't know won't hurt them. So let me go get my phone and we will call my stepdad, Timmy, who I absolutely love and adore. So we'll see what he thinks.
Hello?
Hi. Can I talk to Tim?
Why?
Because I want to talk to Tim. I have something cool to tell him.
Okay, well, he's about to walk through here. Timmy! For you.
Hello.
Hey, Tim.
What's up?
Can my mom hear?
No.
Okay, because I want to tell you something before I tell her.
Okay.
I got a tattoo.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, details.
It is break a leg in Rekha Sharma's handwriting, and I got it on my ribs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I almost fell asleep 4 times.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a tough place, too.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
So, can you give the phone to mommy so I can tell her?
I will. That kicks ass. Alright, hold on just a second.
Woo! What?
Hey, Mommy.
One of you. What?
Remember when I got my ear pierced and didn't tell you until afterwards?
Oh, fuck. What did you pierce?
I didn't get anything pierced.
You got a tattoo?
Yeah.
Jolie! What?
I got break a leg in Rekha Sharma's handwriting.
Where?
On my ribs.
On your ribs?
Like, hidden where the bra strap will hide it.
What, under your boob?
No, like on the side.
Erase it. I'm just kidding. Like you could erase it. Why do you... Right. You're going to be all tatted up and holes all over you.
No, I'm not. It's very meaningful.
Did you get her signature too?
No, just break a leg.
Alright, well when she lifts your boob and sees it, she's going to say, I don't remember writing that.
Now would be the time to let you know that, I have you on speaker and I'm filming because I vlogged it. Okay, so after that phone conversation, she said she's okay with it because it is so meaningful to me and I'm not just junking up my body with stupid pictures, and it's not like I'm gonna run out and go get a bunch more. I don't really even have plans of getting another tattoo at this point. You know, I'm not saying I never will in the future, but I want them, if I ever do get another one, to be this meaningful, to have this much weight to me. So I'm glad my mom, I knew she'd freak out. Tim's really proud, but I'm glad she is okay with it and she wants to see it and told me to keep it clean and all of that. So yeah, I forgot today was her day off work, so yeah. So now I'm gonna go post about it on Instagram and tag Rekha Sharma and hope she sees it. Thank you so much for coming on this journey with me, because there was no one in the room. I didn't really have any friends who were free to go with me or anything, and my family's of course back home. So yeah, thank you for coming with me. Thank you for sharing, you know, this really special experience with me, and I'm glad I got to document it and take you with me. Thank you so much to Ashley again for your amazing work. I love it so much. Like, it has so much weight to me, and I'm so glad that I had such a sweet, awesome person to, you know, share the experience with me, to do the tattoo. So thank you to her. Thank you to Rekha Sharma for showing up and bringing me that card. Yeah, just thank you. And thank you to everyone who has helped make me the person I am now. And to everyone who will help me continue to grow on this same path. Thank you. And I love you all. See you next time.